Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Becoming Her. I'm kendriamoore, and I am so grateful you're here with me today. You know, I'm really excited about this conversation because it has been sitting really heavy on my heart lately. Today, we're talking about forgiveness, and not in the cliche, just let it go way. Not in the be the bigger person way, not in the spiritual bypassing way. I want to talk about forgiveness from a place of self preservation, from a place of protecting your future, from a place of choosing peace over bitterness. Because the truth is, I don't want to carry anger or resentment into the next season of my life, not into my business, not into my work, not into my relationships, and definitely not into the woman I'm becoming. Lately, I've been reflecting on the people in my life who have really hurt me, intentionally or unintentionally, and the way those experiences have tried to shape me into someone that I didn't recognize. Someone hard, someone really guarded, someone who didn't trust easily, someone who led with fear instead of softness. And that's not what I want. I mean, that's not who I'm choosing to become. So today, I want to share what I've been learning about forgiveness, what it has looked like in my own life, and honestly, why I think it's one of the most powerful things we could ever give ourselves. So, first, let's get one thing really clear: what forgiveness is and what it isn't. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. Forgiveness is not pretending it didn't hurt. Forgiveness is not running back or going back to what put you in harm's way in the first place. Forgiveness is simply saying, I refuse to let this wound dictate my life. I'll say it again. I refuse, I refuse to let this wound dictate my life. It's choosing your peace over your ego, your healing over the story you keep repeating, that story you keep repeating over and over again, your future over your past. It's something that I'm working on every day. So let me take you back for a moment. In high school, I was really bullied. I mean, those girls did a number on me, and what made it even harder was that it came from the girls who looked like me. The girls I thought that I would actually connect with, the girls I hoped would understand me. Especially because I actually left one high school that didn't have a lot of diversity to go to another one with people that looked more like me. But instead of connection, I was met with cruelty. And at the time as a teenager, I didn't have the emotional tools to process that. So what I did instead is I internalized it. I actually carried that pain with me through my younger adulthood. I mean, it really got to me. I kept replaying the why in my head. You know what why I'm talking about? Why me? What did I do wrong? What was wrong with me? It wasn't until my late 20s, yeah, I know, literally my late 20s, that I finally realized something. I finally realized that none of it was about me. Those girls were dealing with their own insecurities, their own traumas, their own home lives, their own internal battles that I knew nothing about. Honestly, I was just an easy target, unfortunately. But once I understood that, I mean, truly, finally understood it, I realized that I didn't need to carry their pain anymore. And that's exactly what I was doing, was carrying their pain. That was my first real lesson in forgiveness. Took me a while to get there, but I got there. So now let's fast forward to today. Relationships, situationships, people that I cared very deeply for and had a lot of experiences with. People that I treated with love and intention, who didn't treat me, people who didn't treat me the same in return, at least not in the way that I receive it. And I found myself, honestly, I was finding myself becoming angry, bitter, confused, asking the same questions I was asking myself as a teenager. Just different form, right? Why would he do this? How could he treat me like this? Why wasn't I enough? But again, that is a dangerous narrative because the moment you make something, the moment you make someone else's behavior a reflection of your worth, you give them power over your identity. And the truth is most of the time, their behavior isn't about you. It's about their emotional immaturity, their fear of intimacy, their lack of tools, their trauma, their insecurities, their need to feel in control, the unhealed child, the inner child that they have not healed yet. Unfortunately, you just happen to be close enough to feel the impact. So instead of asking why they hurt me, I've changed the narrative for myself. I started asking myself better questions. What is this trying to teach me about myself? I got that one from my therapist. So, one thing I don't think that we talk about enough is how bitterness affects us on a biological level. Carrying resentment, it does a lot of things to us that we probably don't even realize. For example, it can raise your cortisol. Don't want that. It can affect your sleep. It can drain your energy. Have you ever just obsessed over something? It's so draining. It's draining your energy because you're thinking about it. You can't let it go. You can't release it. It makes you reactive. It creates tension in your body. It builds up walls, emotional walls. Think of how it can impact your future relationships. And also, what I don't want, it can dim your softness. A lot of us out here, a lot of us ladies out here living in our masculine energy. To be honest, I don't want to live in that masculine energy. I love my softness. I love my tenderness. I love my feminine energy. I love being able to I love being able to fully love. I don't want to be guarded. And because I love those parts of myself, I have to protect them. And what I'm learning is forgiveness protects them. So, forgiveness for me hasn't been some magical moment of closure. Please believe that. It has been a journey. I mean, there's been ups, there's been downs. It's looked like I've been journaling, right? Out of the things that I wish I would say. Gosh, lots of things I would say. Writing letters I never send. Definitely done that. Not just romantic letters. Okay, this we're talking family members too. Grieving the version of myself that got hurt. That's a big one. That's something that I'm actually going through right now. Grieving this old life. Grieving that hurt. Letting that person go, separating the person that hurt me from their behavior. I'm separating from their behavior. I'm choosing to stop replaying the story, choosing to live. I'm releasing the fantasy of what it could have been. And that was a really hard one for me. I held on to that tight. I mean, I held on. But I think also what's important is taking accountability from my part. I mean, how many times do we actually do that? Taking accountability for your own part, and only the part that you play, and not needing an apology to move forward. For me, some days forgiveness, it feels really easy. I mean, I'm just like, "Do-do-do, oh, that's fine. I don't mind." And it just feels easy. And then there's some days that it feels impossible, like draining almost. Like, how do I do this? How can I forgive that? But every day I choose not to carry what doesn't belong to me, and that is what's important. So let me tell you something. Okay. Forgiveness, what I'm learning, it does give you freedom. It gives you your power back. It returns your softness. It opens the door to deeper love, genuine love, real love, but with the right people. It clears your mind. It lightens your spirit. You feel better. It shifts your energy. I mean, at least it shifts mine. It literally makes space for the blessings that you've been praying for, or whatever you believe in, the blessings that you're asking for. One thing that I've really learned about this topic is you don't forgive because they deserve it. I held on to that trust. They don't deserve this. They don't deserve my forgiveness. How could I ever? You don't forgive for that. You forgive because you deserve to be free. So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few questions. Go ahead, grab your journals, grab that laptop, grab a notebook, whatever you need. Write it down, your phone. But here's my questions. Who are you still giving emotional power to? What wound are you still carrying that doesn't belong to you? What version of you is waiting on the other side of forgiveness? That's a big one. And last, is bitterness still protecting you, or is it hurting you? Be honest with yourself. So I've been really getting into affirmations lately. I think they're so important. I've been saying them daily to myself, sometimes more than once, but I kind of have made it a more ritual. So I would love for you to share this with me. I want to share some affirmations with you. And so if you can place a hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and repeat after me, or just let the words land. I release what no longer belongs to me. I choose peace over bitterness. I choose healing over hurt. I choose my future over my past. I forgive not because they deserve it, but because I deserve to be free. My heart is soft. My spirit is light. My boundaries are strong, and I am safe to let go. That's it, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing to join this journey with me and grow with me. If this episode resonated with you, please hit that like button, support the channel, join the family and subscribe, and share it with someone that you feel like they might need it. And let me end with this. You are evolving. You are worthy. You are worthy of the softness you're trying to return to, and you are becoming her. I'll see you on the next episode.